Hello everybody. In today's video we're going to go over the three different types of caulk guns that are out there. You have your traditional kind, you push the pressure and then to release the pressure you hit this little button. There's also a drip free kind that is manual, but once you stop squeezing it stops putting pressure and the caulk stops coming out. And then we also have an electronic battery operated one here. So these are for household use. They takes it kind of a standard thing of caulk or adhesive. It's not commercial grade or anything like that. So let's kind of walk through these different styles. So our first one is your traditional, you get them everywhere type of caulk gun. Now these, in order to load them, you hit the little trigger here, pull all the way back, and you're ready to load your gun. It does have a spout cutter on here. Don't ever use that. Just use some pliers or a knife or something so you get a clean cut. This always squishes the end. And then it also has the little plunger that you put through the top of the caulk gun in order to break the seal, depending on the type you buy. I like to get the kind that you don't have to do that. That way you can keep the cut a little smaller. So with this one, you put it in, manually push your plunger until it gets tight, and then in order to use it with a scrap piece of wood, you do have to squeeze your trigger and run it along, keeping equal pressure. And if you want to stop it from coming out, because you see it's just globbing out still, you have to hit this little trigger and that releases the pressure. All right, and then when you're done, you press this trigger back here, pull it the rest of the way, and you can empty it out. So these are the most common. Every hardware store has them, and they're pretty cheap and inexpensive. The next one is this one that I like is a no drip version. Mainly you get these on like Amazon or some specialty places. They operate the same. It has the spout cutter that you should never use, as well as the little plunger. This one's a little thick, so depending on the size hole you need, I wouldn't recommend using that either. It loads similar to the other one, where you just grab the thing here and you give it a pull all the way. You can load it in and press this until you get the pressure you need. And it operates the same way, where you pull your trigger and the pressure comes out. But the difference is, once you stop squeezing, it stops coming out. So you don't end up with that big glob like right here. So you can just go along. When you stop, it's done coming out. So these are great. These are what I would recommend. Spend a couple extra dollars and get a good one that's a no drip. To unload it, it's the same thing. You just pull your plunger back, and this comes right out. And then we'll put that one off to the side. So the last one we have is kind of cool, where it's electronic. So this one's battery operated. You put the batteries on the bottom. It operates the same. It doesn't have the cutter or anything like that, but again, you shouldn't use them anyway. So to load this one, same thing. You pull this lever all the way back, which you already have it. You load it in like normal, and you can push the end until it's tight. And then you pull the trigger, and once it gets tight and going, you pull it along. Now this one also, if I release the trigger, it stops as well. So this is also no drip. It's just electronic. It's a little heavier than the other one. Obviously there's a motor and more components and stuff to it, but it's still pretty cool. The only thing I don't really like about it is you can't regulate the pressure, where in order to make the bead smaller, you have to go faster. So I got to go real fast if I want a small bead, but if I want a big bead, I go slower. I can't just press down the trigger a little bit in order to get a smaller bead and go slower. So you're kind of stuck at a speed. But it's cool if you're doing a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of baseboard or something like that, and you are going fast. It's a great option to have. But overall, depending on what we're working on, I prefer this no drip version. Now, if you're never use them, you're just using them every once in a while, there's nothing wrong with this one. This is the originals. You just have to be careful and make sure you hit that trigger when you're done. So those are the 3 different types of caulk guns: your standard, your manual no drip, and then your electronic no drip. So if you have any questions, comments on these 3, I'll have links in the description to each of these products. Please feel free to leave any questions in those comments. If you have different ideas or different ones that you like, put that on there as well. I'd love to hear about it and learn from you. But if you have any questions, comments, please post them, hit like, subscribe, and all that, and we will talk to you soon.